Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about how I chose my name, how I came to choose my name, where the name come from, how people reacted to the name, how people started calling me my name, and how some people still don't call me my name. This was a request from Tumblr? Sure, maybe YouTube. Or actually maybe Twitter. Oh, everywhere. If you want to suggest anything, just go on any of my social medias and do that. So, I originally was gonna go for the name Vince. I know I was like 15 and I was like, oh, that's a cool name. And then when I was in my last year of high school, I was on the rugby team and the rugby girls and I went bowling for a night. And I asked them, I was like, what name would you give me? Let's try to choose another name for my like male persona. Like they kind of knew something was going on with my gender, but they like really, I mean like, I don't know. I guess I could ask them now like if they knew anything, but like, I kind of told them, but not really. It was like a slip it in there. So they gave me suggestions for names here and there, and they were really interesting names. Some names were Liam. To be honest, I don't remember any of the other names except Liam and Chase. And at the end, I wanted to choose Liam. I remember that. I was like, oh, Liam's a cool name. And I was like, maybe that would work for me. And then after thinking about it for a little bit of time, I was like, you know what? Chase is super original. I've never met anybody with the name Chase. Is very cool. So it's very cool. I chose my name because it's cool, basically. So I went by Chase, and it was hard to like start getting people to call me that. I remember ordering something online once with the name, and I was like, oh my god, what am I supposed to tell my dad when he sees that it's in the mail? So I went up to him and I told him that I wanted to change my name to Chase and that I'm going to be getting something in the mail with that name. And I remember like sweating and like anxiety, and he was like, okay. He was really confused. It was a very confusing time for all of us. After that, it got a little even more confusing. Yeah, that makes sense. After that, I told my friends that I was gonna go and have my first gender appointment and my gender therapy appointment, whatever, and they were like super happy for me. And then while I was doing all of those processes and stuff like that, I kind of said like, guys, I want you guys to like know that I want to be called Chase and I want to be referred to as he. And to be honest, like it took my friends a lot longer than I thought that it would, and it really hurt every time I heard them use my old name. And it wasn't like they were hesitating. They would like say it and then that was it. But then after a while they would say it and they'd be like, oh, I mean Chase, sorry. But then I would also feel uncomfortable when they would do that because I would feel bad. I don't know, it was really weird. And then one grateful day I made a video about it and how I felt like they were being rude and I was sad or something like that. And it's almost like they watched the video because the day after they literally, not the day after, but whatever, like a week after when I saw them next, they started calling me Chase and he, and it was like literally overnight it completely changed. And there was like mistakes once or twice, maybe like when talking about me in the past, but like, yeah, it was weird because they didn't know I had YouTube or made videos about this shit. So it was like, I mean, maybe, I don't think they knew. They probably would have told me. I don't know, whatever. So that was really cool. Now, those are my friends. Now let's talk about my family. This is gonna be a very long video, oh my god. So my dad and my stepmom and my sister, those are my family that I have, whatever. My dad still struggles with it, so does my stepmom and my sister. And I've been transitioning now for like, with this name for like 6 years now. So it's hard. They call me a version of my old name, but it's a nickname. So if you heard it outside and I was with them, you wouldn't know what the name used to be or that it's like a female name. It just sounds like a random word. So I'm okay with that. To be honest, it's my dad. I don't really care. He started calling me Chase more and more, but then he got sick and it's almost like it reversed itself, so that really hurts, but let's not go there. My sister also has some issues with it, but sometimes she'll say I'm her brother, or sometimes her brother's sister, sometimes her sister. I don't know, she's 8. I don't know, it's a little confusing. All right, now let's go to work. Oh my god, I'm going to like 13 million different topics here, but when I first started T, okay, I got this job, and I said I was Chase. Yes, they still call me female, and I felt uncomfortable using the male bathroom, so I used the female bathroom. But that's when I first started T, and they were like, do you have a cold? Like always? Because my throat was like changing. My throat was changing, yeah. My voice was changing, and they were confused, whatever. But anyways, I like quit that job after like 5 months. I was like 5 months on T or something when I quit that job, or when I got fired, I don't remember what happened, but whatever, that's not for here. But that was really uncomfortable for me because I felt like I passed, which is so funny because when I look back at pictures and videos of myself back then, I like laugh at myself because I'm like, LOL, I really thought that I passed. Like, I'm being an asshole to my old self, but like I think that my old self would have appreciated it. Actually, knowing myself, if I was me now and I told myself that from back then, the way I would have reacted, I would have been so angry and like not believe. I was stubborn. I feel like I'm a lot more mature now, which is, I mean, a step forward is like 5 years, right? So how did I know the name was right for me? Oh my god, I didn't. It was so hard for me to like, is this the name that I want forever? And sometimes I still have that feeling because when I was at that job and people like called me whatever, I had this like, why did I choose Chase, which is kind of a gender neutral name now. That's what I thought. And I know that some women have Chase as a name, but I felt like it was like a really male name. But then when people started calling me she and then call me Chase, I was so confused. I was like, but my name is Chase, why are you calling me he? But then after a while, you know what happened? You know how I knew it was right for me? It was when I started hanging out with trans people, and I actually, I lived in an apartment with another trans person, and all the people that like I was friends with in that gang knew me only as Chase and as trans and he. So after being around people that always constantly gendered me properly and named me properly, I realized, yeah, this is right. This is me. This is, I'm so much more comfortable. I'm more outgoing. I feel like I'm a human being. The only issue is that I had issues applying to jobs after, oh my god, because I would put Chase, and even if I didn't pass, it was like really confusing for them. And then for some jobs I had to like fill up legal forms before I even had like the interview, so I had to write that I was female and my old name, and I'd be like, actually my name is Chase. And it was like, honestly, one of the worst moments of my life, which is very, very like great for you guys to hear, because I feel like you're looking for like hope and inspiration. But I really had a tough time applying to jobs, only because of anxiety. I don't know if I didn't get any of the jobs because I was trans. I don't think so, because I have really good customer service experience in call centers and stuff like that. So I just think that it was like really anxiety provoking to me, and it's like, no wonder trans people have anxiety. Look what the shit we have to go through. As for like driver's license and passports and stuff like that, we are weird in Quebec. No, we're not weird. You guys are weird. If you need to change your birth certificate first before you can change any of your other papers. So I can't not change my driver's license or anything like that, my Medicare card, my passport, unless I have it changed on my birth certificate. So unlike in the States where you can like change it on your social insurance or social security and then not on your driver's license, and all of your IDs have different names, like that's too confusing to me. I'll deal with what we have here in Quebec. So it wasn't really, I mean, it was an issue until I got it changed. And to be honest, I didn't know if I wanted to get it changed because, let me like reveal something. My dad's company used to be my old name. Like it was his company. It was like whatever Ross Inc. And then it was the name on like the watches he used to sell, and he also has it tattooed on his arm. So it took me a long time to like not work myself up to changing my name, but like really being like, okay, look, do I want to change my name? And I realized it was causing me too much issues, especially at school. I had to email all of my professors before I tell them this is my name, and it was just like a really uncomfortable thing to do. And at the end of it, I said, you know what, I have to change my name. And I went through the entire process, and it was very expensive and it took oh my god, it took so many months, but I did it, and I'm really happy that I did. And this video was extremely fast and extremely long, and I'm sorry about that. But I really hope that the person who wanted to know how I chose my name, I mean, I think we all had issues, maybe. I don't know, I'm talking about myself now. Let's not put everybody in the same category. I'm really happy that I went with Chase. Here's the thing. Nobody on the internet knows my middle name. My original middle name that I wanted to choose was Connor, Chase Connor Ross, CCR. But I decided against that because if I ever want to disappear, I have my middle name to fall back on, which is kind of like a stupid thing to do, but it makes me feel better knowing. I don't think that I'll ever want to disappear from the internet, but it's there, and only a select few of my like closest friends know it, and that's how I want to keep it. I feel like the internet knows everything about me, and I like to have one thing that they don't know. I mean, you guys have seen me naked, so I feel like my middle name, that's something I can keep for myself, right? If you have any video suggestions, shoot them at me. Don't really shoot them at me though, just like put them in the thing downstairs, whatever, you know what I mean, down there. And I'll see you later. All right, have a great week.